And 3, 2, 1. Good morning, Giants. We are actually live on the tribe.
I don't know what that was. This is my special effects. They're
Magic hands by Ryan. I love it. Good morning, Giants. We're going to actually do a topic today. And the nice thing about live is it goes out on our different channels. And if you have comments, all 0 of you watching at this moment, post them. It'll be magical.
They're still asleep, like me.
Yeah. They're like, dang it, dude. You guys get up way too early.
It was dark outside this morning.
Is it?
Darkness.
Who's in the darkness? Before we jump in, remember to subscribe, like us, follow us, be part of the tribe. Make sure you're doing that. Oh, yeah, go get the book. That's probably important. I don't know if we showed this yesterday, but if you use this code, HOLIDAY, you can get some money off. It'll be $15.55 plus tax and shipping. Only $15.55 plus tax and shipping. There we go. Now we got a live one. We got a viewer. So we're good. Good morning, Giant. Hey, we're all, yeah, right. We're going fishing. Let's go. This morning, we're going to talk about potential, though, and what potential is. What does potential mean to you, Ryan Morris?
Well, I think everybody has giant potential, meaning they can be, do, or have anything that they want. They can create anything. It's all inside you to create. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Well, the question would be, how do you reach your full potential? Good morning, Aaron Rouleau. Hopefully we say that right. Good to see you from Canada. Canada.
Here we go again.
Always.
Did you?
Yeah, always.
Do you know what poutine is, Nick?
Oh, hey, check this out. We got a special guest, Lamar.
What?
What up? What up?
What up? This is awesome. We're talking about potential, Lamar. We're defining it. Ryan just defined it as anything that you can create as a giant. What do you think potential is?
All right. So talking about potential, I think potential is the ability to go through adversity and come out on the other end.
Awesome.
A lot of times it's adversity. So basically, so if we were using the example, if I'm working out, and obviously working out is a thing that I do. So working out, it's those last 10 reps, it's those last 10 minutes when, if you're doing a leg workout where your legs want to give out. And that's where most people quit. They quit when they get to that point where they've made it almost to the other side, and they've dug and they've dug and they fought and they grinded, and then they get a little weak, and then they have that much left to get through the other side. But then all of a sudden they stop because the ability to withstand the adversity is not there. And that could be because of fear. That could be because of not pushing yourself in life and getting to the point where when I do a workout, I'm laid out on the floor when it's over, because I'm pushing myself to the point where I'm doing it hard now. So when real life kicks me in the behind, I know that I can withstand it because I pushed myself to the limit on the floor. So for me, it's about the adversity, because in adversity, that's where the heat is applied. That's where the pressure is applied. And then you can be cut and become that diamond.
See, I want to point out the word obviously. Obviously, I work out. I love it.
Obviously, I don't.
Obviously, hey, dude, you don't get jacked like this because obviously I work out. I love it,
man, and even that was a struggle.
Yeah,
so,
you know,
a lot of people. A lot of people I don't know, we've been in the tribe. A lot of people have been talking about darkness, like going through the darkness and, emerging on the other side. Can you speak to that a little bit too? Like, have you been through darkness, Lamar? Like, have you been through stuff, it's been hard.
Woo! So I was having some moments this morning, man, just thinking about, like the time I had to live out of a minivan in the middle of December, homeless. right after I just left the military.
Any
And
other
we hear
van
about
would have
these
been good.
stories.
Yeah.
Say again?
Any other van would have been good, but a minivan?
Oh man, a Ford Aerostar, man.
Yeah.
Oh, way back in the day. And
coming out of the
I don't
military,
imagine those are heated and insulated like good travel trailers.
it's like a cargo van, man. It's like, what y'all doing? Y'all sold me this thing and y'all told me it came from Ford. No disrespect to Ford, but I was like, look, it's a Ford van. It works because it got me through the winter, but it wasn't insulated the way they are now. But yeah, man, and there was times where I would go pick up my son, and the only way is like, dump the seats out and put them somewhere and hope they're there when I go back for them. Have a mattress in the van so I can spend time with my son. I mean, it got crazy. There were times where even as a kid growing up, there was no food in the refrigerator, and it's not because there was this environment of we didn't have. It's because my father was struggling at the time, and God bless him, he's passed away. And great man, we've reconciled, so it's not like I have any animosity. But just to be real, to keep it real for people, he got caught up. He was in that crack era, and this man was full-time working. This man maintained his job. He did everything, but got caught up on the crack era. And to his credit, he overcame that and ended up not only doing one full career, he did 2 careers in his lifetime. So he overcame that. But there was a time in my teen years where the dark days were for me, where I had to go to a store and steal like a cake from off the front rack and run out the store because I was hungry. So for me, when I'm going through that and I think about that and I reflect on that, the reason I can go through adversity, because if somebody is sitting in a plane and they're complaining about getting a sandwich in first class or whatever, and they used to a hot meal, I'm like, yo, that sandwich is good for me because I know what adversity is like. I know what it was like not to have anything.
So I like the turn of this. Yeah, I like the turn of this, going to adversity over potential. We'll talk about potential in another show, but that overcoming adversity, we all have it. We all have our thing, whether it's a van or a father, or we had a guest on yesterday that's in a wheelchair. We all have it. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do when that hits? How are you going to stick with it? Yeah. And keep going. I like what you're saying here. When you get there, what are some things that you do first thing to kind of set up your day to get through the adversity?
Well, just to take it back a little bit, what I did was in those times was fail. Yep. I quit because I didn't know. I didn't have the mindset. And it's through the failing and through the quitting that ended up ultimately showing me what doesn't work. And a lot of times we look at the things that we fail at and think, because I failed, I'm going to stop. I can't do it because it doesn't work. And all failure is, if you want to call it that, is something that's showing you what didn't work. It's a lesson. It's not necessarily a way that something like people use the term, and it drives me crazy. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. Oh man, I hate when I hear that. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. It's like, well, maybe that wasn't the path you were meant to take, but it doesn't mean there's not another path that's going to get you there.
There you go. That's what we need to hit on.
Yeah, man. So where I am now is, and I still struggle. I mean, and again, I always use workout because that's my go-to. That's what I've been doing, and that's what I do. That's my specialty. So there's days where the other day, I hate running. I hate jog. I hate it. So I went out there about 8 o'clock at night and started running, started jogging. And I'm like, man, what am I doing? And there's a point in your mind where when you're out of breath, and you guys know I've had some recent re-emergence of asthma symptoms. So for me to be out of breath reminds me of that childhood asthma, reminds me of that reoccurrence of asthma when I was 15 and then recently. So I'm running, and at that point, your mind starts taking you through these spaces that says, you know what, give up. You know what, stop. And that's the point where you really have to start kicking in, and where the mindset kicks in, because those points where your mind wants to take you and push you back in that place of comfort, which is what the mind wants to do, go back home. You don't have to be out here running. It's a little cold anyway, and I love the cold, but it's a little cold, and the cold is going to affect how you breathe. It's the mindset that has to get me past that, before the fitness, before anything else, before whatever it is. It doesn't have to be fitness, but that's my go-to. But when you get past that mindset and you start telling your mind that I'm not giving up, I'm not stopping. And when you get to that mindset where you're able to break that pattern of stopping because your mind says stop and go get comfortable, and you becoming comfortable with being uncomfortable, that's when you start pushing over those barriers and breaking those walls down.
So if you guys want to start pushing through adversity, you need to go join Get Fit with Giants. It's another tribe for fitness and wellness. So make sure you're pushing over there, because that's where Lamar is killing it over there. He's a member of the Giants with us. Just an incredible human. Living back east on the East Coast is a little later in the morning today for you. You've already had a couple hours already. I love your energy, man. You're already going.
Oh man, I'm telling you, this day is a day that I've never seen before, and once it's gone is one I'm never going to see again. So I'm going to make this day the best part of whatever I can do while I got it. So I mean, I have my workouts planned. I have some other things planned. I'm going to get out there and run in the rain. Why? Because I really don't want to do it. And a lot of times people think, well, you're a trainer or you're a coach and you always do that. That's not the truth. A lot of days I lay here thinking about, man, tomorrow. But then guess what? There's a possibility that there will be no tomorrow for me. And there's a motto that I live by, is that tomorrow doesn't exist. Because when you wake up, you never wake up and say, oh, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is Monday. Today, that's all we have is today. We have now. And if you don't seize your now, if you don't own your now, then you have nothing else. Because you can plan for future, you can hold on to what's behind you, but you can't tangibly grab that and do anything about it. You can only do something about what you have right now.
You know what I love? I love this, because in our intention setter today, it talks about living as though this is all there is. In our video yesterday with AJ Hunt, he talked about the now, that this is all you've got. And so when you can accept what you've got, then you can move forward. When you reject what you've got, it's really hard to move forward. If you think this sucks and I don't want this, then you tend to resist that more than you do getting into action. And so you got to take that action. Wherever you're at is what it is. So accept it, love it, own it. Yeah. And then from that space, grow from it. So let's give it a few more minutes here. We got about 3 more minutes live. Any viewers want to post a comment? Any questions? Deb had a question. She used to get in pain physically. How do you push past that? Was her question. You got a thought there, Lamar? Just a quick thought.
Well, depending on what type of pain it is, because you want to be intelligent, you want to be strategic when it comes to moving past pain. So it really depends on what it is. If it's something that is pain related to, depending on what you're doing, I'm guessing it's about exercise. So if it's related to exercise, if it's the pain of doing the exercise or going through, it may be just simple imbalances. And I can take that muscle imbalances and take that into a whole nother story in life. But a lot of times it's the imbalances that cause the pain, and that can be in your body and that can be in your life. But if it's related to something other than that, from past injuries or anything like that, then that's something you definitely want to have evaluated first.
Hey, you know what? Something I thought was interesting too, because a lot of people will say, hey, well, because of my circumstance, I want to go back to the paths. You know, like you start going down a path and then you give up, and or your mind starts telling you, you can't do this, you can't do that. It's interesting because what you said was true. You could be in a bad spot. You could be in a tough marriage. You could be in a tough relationship. You could have, you could not have monetary means. There's all kinds of stuff that everybody's path, everybody's circumstance is different, but I love that you can go down any path that you want, and it might not be perfect. It might not look perfect. And it might not be ideal. Hi, Capri. Good morning. Did you say hi to Lamar?
You say hi? That's Lamar right there. He's a business partner of ours.
Yeah.
Good morning.
But you
Good morning.
You could make anything work, and you can get to where you want to go down just about any path. You push forward, you push through, you work hard, you have the right mindset. The universe will provide. You just got to start going. You got to start moving forward.
Yeah. And a lot of times it's hard. I mean, I don't want people to think that, I wake up and every day is like, like the Instagram, hey, look at me, I'm always on the beach. Every day is always happy.
Yeah.
It ain't real. I'm calling out the social media. It ain't
I'm not
real.
Beautiful all the time, people.
Yeah. Some people wake up with menstrual cramps. It ain't real.
We all can't. We can't wake up looking like Ryan every day, man. It's hard.
Some people don't have it, Ryan. We're sorry, but the reality is that it's not real. But we have in us the seed of greatness. So the seed is the thing that either if you hold it in your hand and you don't plant it, nothing happens. When you plant the seed has to go into the ground. In order for it to produce, the seed has to die before it produces. So in other words, a lot of times is that there are things that we're holding on to that has to die before what's inside the seed can come forth. But you have to be willing to let it go. But before you let it go, you have to be willing to acknowledge that, look, I can't hold on to you. You got to have that funeral for that thing and be like, look, I can't hold on to you no more. You got to go. And
you should create a ceremony around it. Have that funeral. That's so good. Like, bury it. Why not have a ritual or a ceremony and just bury it?
Exactly. And at that point, that's where you start the autopsy.
It was a burning.
The living autopsy.
Got a funeral for it.
Yeah, that's right. We almost caught the forest on fire. Yeah, not good. Cool. Let's wrap up here. We got, let's give it about 30 more seconds or a minute. Any other thoughts real quick? Ryan, any other thoughts around this?
No, I'm glad. I'm glad Lamar just hopped on today and was ready to go. I needed the energy. I was dragging a little bit, so I'm glad. Thanks, Lamar, for coming on this morning. Awesome.
Man, it's a pleasure.
Yeah.
So yeah, if anybody wants to reach out, man, hit me over at Get Fit with Giants. And again, for me, fitness is not about exercising the body and trying to look and fit it to something. It's about getting rid of the mental obesity and the physical obesity and the spiritual obesity, rather, that we carry. And that means you have to let some things go. And that means that you're going to have to start consuming things today in your life that are healthy for your mind, for your spirit, and then also ultimately for your body.
And you got to start singing the Frozen theme song.
Yes.
Right?
Let it go.
Cool. Okay, Giants, keep commenting. Make sure that you like us, follow us, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Get over to Get Fit with Giants with Lamar. Yeah, somewhere over here. It's one of these sides.
I can see it.
Smash that like button. That's what they say on YouTube. Smash it. But throw in more comments. What do you guys think about this topic? And we'd love to hear from you. We'll keep commenting throughout the day. And join us for another episode. We'll be on tomorrow morning. Make sure you go grab the book. There's that discount code if you haven't used it yet.
Holiday.
You will not regret it. Grab that book.
Cool, guys. Thank you for being on. Thanks, Lamar. We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Love you too.
Have a blessed day.